Michael, you are so full of yourself and have changed so much because of greed. This is $1,200. You're a millionaire. This is petty.
Okay, that's
So I left you a millionaire too
Yeah,
in the
okay.
divorce.
Mike, stop lying. You are lying through your teeth.
I am under oath.
$1,200.
You were aware I left.
$1,200 and you have $4 million.
Ma'am, the judge is speaking now.
I'm sorry.
Plaintiff Michael Weigold claims his vindictive ex-wife left the utility bill in his name long after he left the marriage. He's suing for $1,296. Defendant Susan Weigold claims her ex-husband is a penny-pinching millionaire who's trying to stick her with his bills. She says she owes him nothing.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
Thank you. The Honorable Judge Jerry Springer now presiding. Good morning, Judge.
Morning, Najee.
This is case number 031 on the docket, Weigold versus Weigold.
Okay, let's see what we have here. You are suing, your ex-wife, Susan Weigold, for $1,296 for an electrical bill.
Correct.
All right, go ahead.
So I've operated out of a garage detached from a house on a piece of property that we both owned in marriage. We got divorced maybe 3 years ago. I continued to operate out of the garage. She took it as residence. I paid her rent of $1,500 a month to occupy the space. I left there the end of November
Of,
2019.
got it.
Notified her of that. I've left her a note with the Eversource electric bill.
Oh, no.
Do we have a copy of that?
No, I do not have. I never made a
Judge
copy of
has
it.
no proof of any
Okay.
of this.
So the bottom line is, I left there. She turned the electric heat on in the garage space after I left.
It wasn't on before?
I left it off.
This is unbelievable.
Locked the door, left her the key, and moved out.
You're kidding me, right?
Go ahead.
Okay. We're here to seek the truth, Judge. This is not the truth.
Yes.
Mike, I don't owe Mike a bill for any electric. I don't even enter the garage. I don't have a key to the garage. The door was broken for many, many months because one of his electricians kicked it in. That's a whole other story, which I'll get to. He claims in his small claims docket that I refused to put the bill in my name. I called Eversource in May when I found out from my brother, who he had text me because he's not man enough to text me himself or contact me, that there's a bill and they're going to turn off the electric bill.
Who was getting the monthly bill?
Michael at his new office.
Never received a bill there.
Yes, he did. I had Eversource was sending the bill to his new office, and you know it, Mike. Basically what happened was 30 years he's working out of the garage. I never go in there. I don't know there's a separate panel there. I was in the house. I don't go into the garage. There's no reason for me. He's an electrician. There's a hidden panel, which I found out after, that's behind a door that he knows about because he's been working out of there forever. I've only been in the house 3 years.
You've only been in the house 3 years?
Right, because we got divorced and I moved in. The house is like 50 feet away from the garage. So he operated out of the garage for 3 years.
But you both lived in the house when you were married?
No.
Oh, this is a new property.
This is a property we've owned since 1994.
Yeah, but
Jointly.
you didn't live in it.
I'd never lived, no, he was a slumlord there. He had 7 people living in one apartment, and we have a tenant upstairs that's been there about 20 years that also works for Mike.
Okay.
The garage is run down, it's not rentable. Not only did he not tell me in November he was leaving, my daughter told me, Dad bought a new building down the street for $800,000, and he's leaving. Who are you gonna get to rent this dump? And to tell you the truth, when he left, the place was so trashed, everybody that I've had come in will not rent it at all. So he left in December. I didn't find out until May 1st when he had my brother text me because he was getting the bill every month at his new job. And you know you were, Mike, don't lie.
Before he moved out, where was that monthly bill coming to?
Weaver Street to him. We have 3 mailboxes, his, my house, and the tenant's. He was getting the bill every month.
Because it was in his name.
Michael Weigold, Weaver Street. It's been that way for 30 years.
Got it.
When he left, he paid the bill in full, and then he's assuming because I own the property in the divorce, he carries the mortgage. Both of us were splitting the mortgages, $3,200 a month.
Yeah.
So I was paying half, he was paying half. He didn't even give me the common courtesy to tell me he was leaving. He vacated the property. The bill was in his name. Now I'm carrying a $3,200 mortgage. He wouldn't help me find a new tenant. He has all these contractor, friends. I said, how am I supposed to rent this dump and pay a $3,200 a month mortgage? Because he just vacated.
But I'm only dealing here in the lawsuit with the electric bill.
Right.
You're not disputing that the bill was in your name. That's why you're bringing
The
the
bill was
suit.
in my name.
Okay, so it's entirely reasonable to believe that only you can let the electric company know
Correct.
that you're not living at that location anymore, and please turn it off. She wouldn't be allowed to call
you.
to have it cut off, because you can't have someone else call. Forget your situation.
May I speak?
I can't call and say,
Judge,
cut
that's
off
exactly
his
what I was
electricity.
told.
May I speak?
Yeah.
I contacted Eversource. I said, I'd like to have the electric shut off in the garage. When I left, they said it has to revert back to the owner.
Absolutely
You
not.
can't shut it off. I said, well, I am the previous owner, the new owner, Susan Weigold. I gave them her phone number. They were going to contact her.
I never got a contact.
Do you have the letter or some evidence of that?
No, I do not.
Okay.
This was a phone call I made.
Judge, if you refer to Exhibit A in the packet,
Yeah.
it's the date that...
Of the bill you're
June
referring, of
11th.
the letter you're,
The letter I'm referring to states when the electric bill was put in my name, which is May 5th.
this is a July 21st letter.
Right, because I knew we were coming to court, and I asked them to submit a letter of when the electric went in my name. He vacated the property. The electric bill, per Eversource, was going to Mill Street. He was receiving the bill every
So
month.
from May 5th, the service was put in your name?
Correct. They wouldn't
So
put the
up
service...
until May 5th, the service was in your name?
Correct. And they
Got
would
it.
not change it to me until the bill was paid, and I asked how much, thinking if it's a couple $100s, I didn't even know this bill existed, I would have paid it. But guess
How
what?
could I possibly be responsible for electric that you used when I left
How would I
the
use...
premises?
Are you kidding me? Why would I go into a garage
You
and
knew
use...
I was gone as of December 1st.
Michael, the place... Okay, Judge,
Hmm?
please refer to D. D is the garage, Judge.
Yeah.
Okay, so I live in the house about 50 feet away. I had to renovate it because it was a slum. This is a garage that he thinks that I went in and put heat on to hang out. If you look at exhibit...
You
kidding.
told me you sent your boyfriend up there to turn on the heat.
No, absolutely not.
You specifically, in an email, I think it even was.
You got to be kidding me. He told my brother to tell me there's a little heater in the bathroom that if she doesn't turn it on, it will freeze the pipes.
Which
He
I
didn't
left
e-
on.
Right. He didn't even have the common decency, Judge, to walk me through, say, here's the panel, the bill's going in your name. Instead, if you look at Exhibit E, he thinks that I went in there and turned on heat. Are you kidding me? If
But-
you look at B and C, there's all emails from me saying, you didn't tell me anything about this bill, and I found out it was $1,100 from Eversource.
Your Honor, there's also an order of protection I have against her.
That expired
and we tried
August
to-
1st.
And I've been trying to limit my exposure to her.
Oh, my gosh.
But
are
I
you kidding me?
did get word to her through her brother, as she mentioned, that the electric needs to be put in her name.
That's hearsay.
Only you can have the
Thank you.
electric put in her name, is what I'm
No,
saying.
she was the owner at that time of
She
the
was
building.
the owner,
He was
but
the
it
tenant.
wasn't yours, so you have to notify
I
them.
called Eversource and asked them to shut the electricity off, and they
Can
said
we
it
see
has
the
to
proof, Mike?
revert
Can we see the
back
proof
to
of
the
that?
owner's name. And I said, I am no longer the owner, and I
Judge.
gave them Susan Weigel's name and phone number.
Okay.
And you're saying that the electric company never contacted you?
Never contacted me. They told me the bill was going every single month, $300 a month, to him at his new address. So let me ask you something. Why would he want the bill unless he was being vindictive, spiteful, mean, because he's mad at me about the divorce and how much he had to pay, okay? Why not send me an email, phone call, text message, carrier pigeon,
I have
something?
no anger against you from our divorce. On the contrary, it's
God.
the other way around, number
Mike,
one.
Mike.
Number two, you do not receive my text messages.
That's
You don't get them.
Really? Really? Because
Show me one on your phone from recent.
you're telling me that I blocked you on
Show
the
the
phone.
court one on your phone from recent.
You don't text me.
Your Honor, can I show her?
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me. Judge, he is a landlord. He's worth about $4 million. We owned 9 apartments that we bought for $2 million. His house is $800,000. His new building office space that he just bought with a sushi restaurant is $820,000. He just bought a Florida house, and he drives a Tesla. That when
What
I
does
said,
this have to do with an electric bill of
because
electricity
it's
you
so
used?
petty. It's so petty. It's $1,200, and
So
I'm struggling.
pay that you're electric.
It's not my electric. You're the tenant, and you didn't take it out of your
Out of
name,
your
Michael.
mind. Look, here's your messages.
Right.
Here's mine in dark. You don't get any of them.
Okay, whatever, Mike.
Well,
I don't even
show
know what
your
that's about.
phone.
This is
Well-
ridiculous.
Well,
Can I
I
just
want to
show
see
you
some evidence, yeah.
evidence of what? That I didn't receive a text message? If you look at the bills I'm getting now from Eversource, it's $12 a month. You are so bitter and angry, it's disgusting. After 30 years of marriage, 3 kids, 2 grandkids, a house that we built together, he's greedy. And he's all about the money, and his personality
Who's
has
being
changed.
greedy? Just pay for your own electric that you use.
Michael, you are so full of yourself and have changed so much because of greed. And you know what? Greed changes people. Completely changed.
You're unimaginable right now.
No, you're unimaginable.
You
You're-
use the
you're so
electric
petty.
and you want me to pay
How
for
would I
it.
use the electric? Why would I go in there?
I was gone.
I called and they told me it was $1,100. And in his name going to his new address.
Why would I put any bill in my address?
'Cause you
It's
did.
not my bill. I left.
All right, Mike, stop lying. You are lying through your teeth.
I am under oath and I would not lie under
well, you're
oath.
you're lying about everything.
Okay.
This Exhibit D says she was aware fully that I left, was not there for December 1st.
Right. That's right, because you
All
just
right, the
left.
only,
There
Hang
was
on.
nothing
the
there.
question I'm trying to resolve here is,
Ridiculous. Just ridiculous, this is.
You were aware I left.
$1,200 and you have $4 million.
Ma'am, the judge is speaking now.
I'm sorry.
I understand, based on what you're, that he could afford it, but that's not the issue. In fairness, he is bringing the issue because he is saying that you, at least as of December, knew he wasn't living there anymore.
Because all his trucks were gone. All his electric guys were gone. Oh, my God. This
Did-
is draining me.
You told me you sent your boyfriend up there and he turned on the
I have
electric
a boyfriend now. He turned on the electric heat. My brother came in and
You
turned
told me
on
your
the back.
boyfriend went up there. You can
Okay,
say
hold-
whatever you want, but I have a good memory.
No, you
Go
don't.
ahead.
You don't. And you're full of greed.
The issue here is that regardless of any conversation that people may have had, only the tenant, and there's a logical reason for that, only the tenant in whose name the electricity is can have the electricity cut off. You can't permit other people to do it. The bill was in your name, even to the point where the bill was being sent to your new address. So starting in, whenever you told them to start sending the bill to your address, which I assume was after December,
I
Yes.
asked them to cancel service.
to cancel,
They would not.
You sent the bills to
Hang
your
on,
new
ma'am.
address.
Hang on.
the
They
law's,
said that the
the
account
law
was
is
set
clear,
up.
well, whoever you were talking to then wasn't with the electric
Yeah,
company.
understood.
Because you have to, there has to be some document, there has to be some letter from you, there has to be something. It can't just be a phone call. Sometimes there's even a PIN code. The tenant is the one that either gets the electricity transferred to your new property, so
11.
only you had the ability to have it turned off. Even if you told her, turn it off, you were the one
But I
that
did
the bill
two-
was in.
I did 2 means of this.
Show me, other than you saying that you did
I
that,
understand.
because I
left a
don't know
letter
either
with
of
all
you,
the
so I can't
information
say,
in her
well, I
mailbox.
like the shirt you're
No, you
wearing
didn't.
better, so I'm going to rule for you.
You never
I
left
have
a
to
letter.
see some evidence. And you're not giving me any evidence, because going in, it's your responsibility. I understand why you'd be upset that the bill is rising and you're not there anymore, but that would seem to me, since you were getting the bill, that you would take a trip down to the electric company the very next month
Or to
and
my house.
say, stop sending me this bill, I don't live there anymore. I, the tenant, am telling you, cut it off. and you went 6 months because you were getting the bills,
I
not
never
her.
received it, no matter what she says.
Mike,
She's-
I called
I don't know how
Eversource
she could know if I received it.
because I
something in-
called Eversource and I talked to a woman who
Well,
told me
they're sending
the
it
bills
to
are
your
due.
I never-
address.
no,
Here's a
never
copy of the
got it
bill.
there.
And he paid it because they
Okay.
threatened him with credit.
Once the bill was paid, then
Na-
it was transferred to her.
Correct.
Which makes
She had
sense.
to transfer it to her name, which she was not doing.
Stop it. This is $1,200. You're a millionaire. This is petty.
Okay, that's
So I left you a
okay.
millionaire too,
Yeah,
in the
okay.
divorce, if you
Oh,
think about it.
Yeah, all right.
I'm
Understand.
just ruling on the evidence that is before me. And based on the evidence that is either before me or is missing, I dismiss the case.
$1,200 and he comes after me like this after all the time we've had together. Crazy.
I don't believe Susan and I could ever repair our relationship. It's too far gone.
Hey, YouTube, thanks for watching. For more Judge Jerry, click here. For more Jerry Springer, click here.